It's Celebrity MasterChef.
It would be absolutely lovely to get through round one.
These celebrities are all passionate about food.
It's MasterChef, you know, I can't just come on and, you know, do beans on toast.
We're looking for that exceptional cooking style. Someone who's more than just a good home cook. Someone with that extra something special.
I really want to win. I really want to win this.
These 6 celebrities believe they've got what it takes to become MasterChef. But who will really have the talent? To find out, they must survive 3 rigorous tests. First, they have to invent 2 dishes from scratch out of a mystery box of ingredients.
That is so close to being divine.
Then they must survive the pressure of cooking for paying customers.
Altogether, you got 10 duck on order.
And then wow the judges with their best 2-course menu.
That is about as subtle as a hit on the head with a cricket bat.
But after all of that, only 2 of them can make it through to the quarterfinals. The first 3 celebrities now have to prove what they're made of.
You just have to serve up for us 2 plates of food that you think is good food. That is all we ask from you. We'll give you 50 minutes. Let's cook.
The celebrities must create 2 exceptional dishes from any of the ingredients, which include sole fillets, cauliflower, pasta, cheddar cheese, pecan nuts, endive, quail's eggs, cherry tomatoes, and potatoes.
We just want to see a bit of passion. We want to see a bit of skill. No chance to practice. Here's your ingredients. Show us what you're made of. Rosie Boycott, we know her as a journalist. She's also been appointed as the spokesman on food for the Greater London Assembly. What people don't realise about her is she owns a farm. This lady must know a lot about food.
I will do my very best to be as good a cook as I can. What I think will help me succeed is that I have run a newspaper, therefore I do know that you have to do things quickly.
At what stage in your life did you fall in love with food, Rosie?
Probably about 5 years ago. I come off the back of editing a newspaper where I needed everything by 30 seconds time, and I discovered the wonder of sticking a seed in the ground and waiting. And then I became immensely involved in the world of food.
10 minutes gone. You've had 10 minutes. Michael Obiora is a screen actor. We know him most famously from Hotel Babylon. You can't act your way around plates of food. You either cook or you can't.
I have really improvised as best I can, but I'm just really nervous. Really nervous. It's a big example of stage fright.
Why are you so nervous?
Because I feel like I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone. And I'm very much about trial and error, and there's not really room for error over here. And I have a feeling you can see the example of trial and error right in front of you. I would say my cooking style is very experimental, and I just hope it's a positive thing.
25 minutes gone. That means you are halfway. Joel Ross, we know as a DJ, we know him as one half of JK and Joel. He does live radio and live television. He can cope with pressure, but can he cope with what we throw at him?
I'm really hoping that Greg and John see that I've got a real passion for food. I really do want to win this, and I will be devastated if I don't get further than the first heat. My grandma had a transport cafe in Scarborough, and from the age of about 6, I used to be in there serving, you know, bacon, eggs, sausage, beans, tomatoes, fried bread.
So you've got a bit of experience, Joel.
Well, a little bit. I like this sort of challenge because it's a personal challenge for me to get it done within 50 minutes and present you 2 plates of food that hopefully you'll say, I really like that.
2 minutes on the plates. 2 minutes. That's it. Step away from your benches, please. Time's up.
Will newspaper editor Rosie's passion for farming be reflected in her first dish? A salad of endive, tomato, pecan nuts and quail's egg.
The sweet smokiness of that nut oil against that bitterness of the endive is absolutely beautiful. The egg's a bit slimy against that wonderful crispness of the salad itself. But actually, I like the presentation of it. I like the idea of it. One less ingredient.
Fair enough.
Really nice flavours. You've got sweet, we've got sharp in there, we've got an earthiness of groundnut oil as well. With the textures, you've got all that crispness, and then you've got a sort of bouncy,
Soggy egg.
soggy egg in your.
The egg's a mistake, I get that.
Her second dish is pan-fried sole with sautéed potatoes.
The fish is cooked really beautifully. Lovely and soft, nicely cooked potatoes. I love the flavours.
Very, very well cooked fish and saltiness on the potatoes that are soft in the middle. It's nice food, Rosie. You should be very, very pleased with yourself.
Thanks.
Despite his nerves, actor Michael has managed to make pasta with fried sole, cheddar cheese and parsley.
The fish is dry and overcooked and chalky. The pasta is not seasoned. If you want to do something in this competition, Michael, you've got to do better. It's MasterChef, not Master Disaster.
The amalgamation of sole and cheddar doesn't work.
Will his second dish, a pecan pancake with toffee sauce and cream, fare any better?
Good on you for doing a pancake. That classic combination of pecan nuts and toffee sauce, they are delicious.
Pancake is soft, nuts and toffee and cream is a combination I love. That is a move in the right direction.
Will DJ Joel's experience in his grandma's roadside cafe pay off with his first dish of cauliflower cheese, followed by battered fish with chips and onion rings?
What we did ask from you today were 2 dishes. What we've got is one dish and a side dish. Your cheese sauce is really well flavoured. Your cauliflower is cooked really nicely. I think it's quite tasty. It's just not a whole dish.
Hint of cheddar, but it's still the sweet, beautiful cauliflower that's coming through. The flavours are lovely.
Beautifully crisp batter on the outside of that wonderfully cooked, soft piece of sole. Nice chips, and what can I say about the flavour? Not very much, because there's no seasoning in there.
I am pleased for you. This shows real promise for me. Well done. Off you go.
Joel was meant to deliver 2 dishes. He delivered 1 dish and a side dish, but perfectly cooked cauliflower, rich, creamy, really cheesy sauce, really, really good.
I like the fact he made batter for the fish, fried it, made very, very good chips. Real promise.
We didn't get the lovely seasoning on the outside of the crunchy batter, but I think the guy has got some real promise.
At the end of the day, it's not a starter, it's a side dish, as we all know. With hindsight, well, it's a mistake, isn't it?
Rosie's salad did demonstrate an absolutely excellent palate, John.
The quail eggs, unfortunately, took away from the greatness of the dish.
Fish cooked beautifully. Sauté potatoes cooked beautifully. Really, really enjoyed that.
I was surprised that they were pleased with what I cooked, and pleased for that.
Michael needs to improve a huge amount. The way he fried that fish, he left it in the pan 5 times longer than he should have done.
The idea of a piece of fish, cheese and pasta is never going to work.
He did make a pancake, and to be able to put the toffee and the nuts and the cream together, that was fine.
He has got a lot of work to do, a lot of work to do.
It's a strange feeling to be told that wasn't good enough. I don't think I've ever experienced that in my life, ever.
I'm excited by tomorrow. Professional kitchen round, all that heat, all that toil.
Intriguing battle ahead.
I am absolutely looking forward to the professional kitchen. They're incredibly high pressure. People have to follow the chef's instructions, and it has to be precise.
A professional kitchen, that's where I won't feel the pressure. I think I'll thrive on it.
I'm really nervous about going into the professional kitchen tomorrow, but I'm gonna have to keep that in check.
It's early morning, and Joel, Rosie and Michael arrive at the Cinnamon Kitchen. Situated in the heart of the City of London, it serves modern Indian cuisine. The celebrities will be working under executive chef Vivek Singh.
Welcome to Cinnamon Kitchen. This is evolved modern Indian food like nowhere else. People have a lot of expectations of Cinnamon Kitchen. Obviously there will be pressure, but let's go and give it our best shot. Let's go.
Michael will be responsible for the starter of seared scallops with cat-eye mushrooms.
After yesterday, I am so determined to prove myself because at the moment I haven't.
Rosie has to master the tandoor oven for her roast lamb saddle with mint onion sauce.
Yeah, I mean, of course I don't want to let them down, but I mean, I think if I do what I'm told to do, then it will be all right.
Joel's dish is seared haddock with Devon crab and a kokum crust.
I hope to live up to the standard, but we'll just have to see. As soon as the guys come in, I don't want to crack under the pressure.
It's 12 o'clock and the restaurant's filling up.
Right guys, new order, 1 seared scallop, 1 corn soup.
Michael's first to get an order for his scallop starter.
Woo, hot. Ah! Yeah.
Can he overcome yesterday's mistakes and present a perfect first dish?
Is that right, chef?
That looks very good.
First one, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
After I did my first order, I got so excited. I really want more now. I don't even want to be talking. I want to be cooking. I want more orders.
Right guys, new order. Main course, 1 lamb saddle medium rare, 1 lamb saddle medium please.
Yes, chef.
Rosie completes her first dish, but it's taken her too long, so there's a problem.
Medium rare.
It's not hot enough. Can you place it on the salamander for a 30
What's
seconds
not
or so?
hot enough?
The meat.
Quite pressurized. I would not want to do this for a living. I'd have a heart attack.
Can I have the plate back, please? It's nice now. order. 3 haddock, please.
Yes, chef.
Joel, new order. Straight main away. 1 haddock, please.
Orders are now flooding in for Joel's haddock.
I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 on at the moment. You've got to put the breadcrumbs on, you've got the crab in, and then something else comes in. It's just like...
Joel, how long for a haddock?
It's ready, chef.
That's good.
Thanks, chef.
Table number 202, please.
It's midway through service, the restaurant is at its busiest, and Michael is swamped with orders.
I've got about 4 portions of scallops on the go. I really wanted more orders. The volume is getting to me a little bit. Be careful what you wish for, I guess.
Michael, I wouldn't use these because that's been caramelized a bit too much. They're almost charred. You get another portion going, please.
He finally gets the dishes cooked. But can he plate all the orders perfectly under pressure?
Whoa. Stop. Right. Do this again. You need to clean that plate. Main course, 3 lamb saddle, please. 1 medium well, 1 medium rare, 1 medium. Rosie, you got that? I need a yes.
That's a yes,
Thank you.
Used to the pressure of running a major newspaper, can Rosie cope with her biggest order yet?
Rosie, give me a time on table 43, please. 3 lamb saddle.
30 seconds.
That's great.
There you go.
There's a medium rare, a medium well, and a medium. Thank you, Rosie. That was very good. The 3 different cookings.
Wing and a prayer.
How long for the 3 haddock, please?
30 seconds, chef.
Meanwhile, Joel's orders are still piling up.
That's very good. Thank you. Thank you.
After 2 long hours, service is finally over.
I thought Michael coped up quite well with the dish. However, he obviously didn't have a hang of presentation, and so that was a little sort of finer detail that he had to pick up quite quickly.
I started off really well, wanted so many more orders of the scallops, and suddenly, you know, I had a big, enough to feed an army, and I was sort of thrown off.
With Rosie, one of the issues, she was taking too long to plate up, so that whatever she would plate would get cold very quickly. And therefore, you know, on a couple of occasions I had to send the food back. But other than that, she did really well.
I am really pleased with myself. I think it's one of the toughest jobs in the world.
There was one that I was going to give a job to. It would be Joel. He kept a very cool head, and whenever you asked him for a time, his dish would turn up on that time. He was the best of the lot.
You feel by the end of it, when they say clean down, that you've just achieved something.
Now they're straight back to MasterChef HQ to show how their experience has improved their own cooking.
Being in a professional kitchen really gives you confidence. And I think if your confidence is high, you will do better at everything.
Whether I have what it takes to win MasterChef, I don't know. I'll do my best.
From now on, I want to produce quality, and I want Greg and John to tell me that I have.
Ladies and gentlemen, your own 2 courses. At the end of this, 2 of you go home and 1 of you will stay. Let's cook.
After serving a side dish of cauliflower cheese yesterday, DJ Joel needs to show he can serve 2 complete courses.
Now my 2 dishes are goat's cheese, leek, bacon tart, and duck breast with a cranberry jus, some mash. I want you to eat me duck and taste it and go, it's cooked to perfection, the sauce is amazing, and that's the best mash I've ever tasted. I've really got to go for it today.
Do we think that duck and cranberry is going to work with mashed potato?
You've had 15 minutes.
Ex-newspaper editor Rosie slipped up with her endive quail's egg combination. Will she now be able to show she can successfully combine her flavours?
what are your two dishes?
Carrot and orange soup with chives. And partridges in pears with Stilton on them. We serve this at dinner parties. People go nuts. I mean, and I hope to God that you guys will.
Rosie, how far would you like to go in this competition?
Yeah, I'll go as far as my cooking will take me.
Rosie believes in big, big flavours. At the end of the day, will those good flavours be enough to push her through?
You have only 15 minutes left. Michael, yesterday you didn't have the best of days.
No, I didn't.
What can you show us today which is going to make up for that bad round?
I can show improvement. I can show that I've got the ability to keep my nerves in check. I'm going to be making a gorgonzola frittata served with a mackerel and cashew nut salad. And for my dessert, I'm going to be making caramelized banana wrapped in a pancake served with creme fraiche.
Can I ask, the green food colouring that appears upon the bench?
Yes.
What's it for?
It's for aesthetic reasons. It's going to be for the pancake. I like bright colours and I like, you know, sort of whetting the appetite by what you see. And I do think that the green dye is going to do that.
Banana pancake, fantastic idea. Is green pancake really the right way to go?
I've never seen a green pancake, and I watch science fiction movies.
5 minutes. 5 minutes to go. Get on your plates, please. Time's up. That's it. You're finished.
For his first dish, Michael has made a gorgonzola cheese frittata with a mackerel and cashew nut salad, followed by a banana pancake wrap served with creme fraiche and honey.
The smokiness of that fish and the eggs is a really lovely flavour. But the idea of adding the blue cheese and the cashew nuts is just a couple of ingredients too many.
That is a feather-light frittata, and I think the smoked fish is a wonderful accompaniment. That is quite subtle. Blue cheese is about as subtle as a hit on the head with a cricket bat.
From frittata to pancake. The combination of flavour is brilliant. The green in it, it's not necessary.
Nice dessert. Why it's bright green, I have absolutely no idea.
Rosie has made carrot and orange soup, followed by partridge with pears and blue cheese, served with French beans and new potatoes.
I don't particularly like orange juice with such an earthy root veg as a carrot. I find it too sweet.
Fair enough.
I really like the spice, all that pepper in there, and all the sort of depth of flavour from those really wonderful carrots. Great colour. It's very, very sweet from that orange juice, but I like the spice of it.
That was the soup. Let's have a look at this partridge. I've never eaten partridge, pear and cheese. Could be a winner. It's an unusual flavour combination, but it's one I could well get used to. You get slight acidity in that cheese. The meat is cooked to perfection, and the sweetness is a great accompaniment.
I think it's a really delightful tasting dish.
Joel's made a goat's cheese bacon and leek tart with a watercress salad, followed by duck with cranberry jus, green beans and mashed potato.
Sharp balsamic first as a sweetener I really like. And then the slight smokiness of the bacon I also like. And when I say slight, I mean that as a slight criticism. They need to be bigger. It's too subtle. It's a very well made tart. It's not quite coming together just yet. Those leeks need to be more buttery, that bacon needs to be better fried, so that you intensify the flavours and concentrate them before they go inside. That was your tart, this is your duck. I love that sweet fruit against that duck. I am doubting the mashed potato. Fruity mash. Really beautifully cooked duck, well flavoured, well seasoned. The sweetness and the depth of that sauce with the mashed potato, just getting a little bit too much. I think the fruit is just a mistake. Well done. You go and sit this one out because we've got judging to do. Off you go. At this stage, we're looking for that spark that suggests to us that somebody can go a long way in this competition. Michael made a pretty decent frittata, but blue cheese on there is far too heavy. The pancake, what a great combination. But what possesses somebody to turn their pancake green, I have no idea. Chucking green around a banana is wrong.
Obviously, I like green pancakes. I don't mind my food being green. But for the competition, it obviously hasn't worked.
There is no way that Michael is of the cooking ability of Joel and Rosie. Michael goes home. Rosie made a good soup. Too sweet for me. But the lovely spice at the back of it, nicely made soup. The partridge dish for me was wow. What a great, extraordinary explosion of flavours. Nicely cooked bird. I thought it was a good dish. Good dish. She's able to produce dishes with really complex flavours which do work.
I'm very happy, yes. I was pleased that they liked my partridge, so that was nice.
I think Joel worked incredibly hard. He made his own pastry. Bacon leek tart with a salad, absolutely lovely. It looked great, it just didn't deliver the flavour. Well-made duck, nice fruity sauce. I'd question mashed potato on there. Cream and milk and fruit on a savoury dish, it's not quite working. But we can see the want for the competition.
I can become a pretty good cook if you let me through.
Quarterfinal place, serious this is. Tough one, who's it going to be? Today, some really great food and some interesting food. The person going through is Rosie. Congratulations.
Thank you, my toy boys. I'm very pleased, but I'm very surprised.
A little bit disappointed, I'm feeling. I'll probably have a little cry in the cab on the way home.
I think my food was a little bit too eclectic for them. The green pancakes are definitely going to be saved for myself at home at midnight.
Going through the quarterfinal feels terrific. It's great to have your food appreciated. If this ends up improving my cooking and improving my confidence about my cooking, then, hey, that's fantastic.
Rosie will be back for the quarter-final. Up next, 3 more celebrities battle to join her.
I'm incredibly nervous, wondering why I'm putting myself through this. Help!
The word MasterChef is the bit that really worries me. It's having to think very quickly and turn something out that's edible is going to be the tricky bit.
I'm nervous. I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to cook anything.
Welcome to Celebrity MasterChef. We want 2 plates of food from you in 50 minutes. We're not expecting Michelin star dishes. What we are expecting is just a spark of potential. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cook.
The celebrities must create 2 exceptional dishes from any of the ingredients, which include tuna, mango, egg noodles, mushrooms, tomatoes, basil, bok choy, soy sauce, rice, and spinach.
It has to be right now where we see some flair, some skill to show they can go further in the competition. Jayne Leaming's a very bright lady with a big personality. I'm willing to bet she throws a few dinner parties. I bet she's a decent cook.
I absolutely love entertaining. When my friends come to dinner, there's never anything left, and they say it's very tasty food.
Jan, tell me what the mango's for.
I'm going to do tuna with mushrooms. I was hoping I could decorate the tuna with the mango. It hasn't quite turned out as I wanted, so I'm going to have to modify as I go.
So tuna, mushroom and mango.
Yeah.
Is that a really good combination?
This is how I cook. It's very much suck it and see.
You have had 15 minutes. Jayne Middlemiss might be a TV presenter, but she grew up in the north of England and she grew up with robust, gutsy food. What sort of food will she cook for us today?
I'm hoping I'm going to keep a calm, cool head. But the reality might be a completely different thing. I might just make a right mess.
Are you feeling okay, Jayne?
At the minute, I'm like freaking out because I've got all these ingredients and I don't know what to do. I'm looking for chilli and there's no chilli. My mind's gone blank and it's really scary.
You have 25 minutes left. Joe Swift is a gardener. He also grows fruit and veg, John. Yes, he grows it, but can he cook it?
Being a garden designer, I've got a relatively artistic flair. I think visually I can present nicely on the plate, which I know you get some marks for, don't you?
Have you discovered a style that you've fallen in love with?
I like all sorts of food, nothing, but just sort of simple sort of peasanty food, nothing overly fancy.
Food of the people.
Food of the people. Food of the people.
You've got 6 minutes left. Just 1 minute. 1 minute left. That's it. You're finished.
For her first dish, former newsreader Jan has made egg noodles with pesto sauce.
I really like the flavour of your pesto, but it's not working with the noodles because it is a classic accompaniment for pasta. And the other thing is it needs to be stirred together. Otherwise, it's going to end up like a patty. And that's what it is. It's become this sort of clog of noodles, and then we've got the pesto sitting on top. Mm. Brilliantly made pesto. I'm not convinced it was a perfect accompaniment for noodles.
Nor am I.
Her second dish is tuna with ginger, mushrooms, spinach and mango.
Woody mushrooms on one side and tropical mango on the other. Doesn't work at all.
It's not coherent. It doesn't have that sort of wonderful thing that makes it come together to become one.
After an uncertain start, presenter Jayne has pulled together a tomato, spinach and olive salad with a honey dressing.
The second dish I was making went horribly wrong. So this salad is a dish that I had to make at the last minute.
Classic combination of tomatoes and spinach, parmesan cheese, olives, tastes good. But it is just a salad, the stuff of MasterChef. Nice flavour of the juicy tomatoes, and that's about it. Not a great deal of cookery skill demonstrated.
Her second dish is seared peppered tuna with bok choy and coriander.
That is so close to being divine. The piece of tuna is cooked absolutely perfectly. The bok choy on the outside of that is crisp, but yet still has juice in it. I think it's a really tasty dish. Just make it look like you care about it. I love the crunch and the juice coming out of that bok choy, and I love the tuna the way you've cooked it. Not bad attempt at all.
TV gardener Joe hopes his mushroom risotto with parmesan shavings will make an impact.
The starch come out of the rice, making the whole thing creamy. The rice has still got a little bit of give. Textures are lovely.
Thank you.
The presentation of your dishes, I think, is very, very clean and very, very crisp. It's a nicely cooked risotto. It's got lovely creamy rice. There's lots of seasoning, and in a way, probably a little bit too much seasoning.
For his second dish, he has also seared the tuna and is serving it with bok choy, soy and ginger.
I really like the flavour of that soy amongst the bok choy with the ginger and the garlic, but that overcooked tuna is dry in your mouth.
I seared it both sides, but then I put it in the oven just to keep it warm. The oven's on 200 degrees, bring it out and it's ruined.
I like your Asian flavours of ginger and soy. Makes me believe that you are a decent cook. It's only the start. You've got a very big day tomorrow. Off you go.
Craig makes you feel okay, but John makes you feel you're going to the execution.
Yes, there were some mishaps. Yes, there were some mistakes. But in all, the food wasn't too bad. Jayne gave us one really nice tuna dish. Really lovely Asian vegetables with the soy in it. But she panicked and threw us a salad together at the end. A bowl of salad on MasterChef is never going to show any cooking skill.
I just thought, yeah, I'll be able to chuck something together and it'll be fine. And it's not like that. You're just under so much pressure.
I like the way Joe cooked that risotto with real confidence. Creamy rice, perfectly presented, but just far too much seasoning. Joe messed up his tuna, which is a shame.
It just turned into cardboard. I ruined a lovely bit of fish.
But the bok choy was great, and the soy and a little bit of ginger and the garlic. Really good job. Jayne gave us a very well-made pesto on top of noodles, because there was nothing else to put the pesto on, which I suppose questions why she made the pesto in the first place.
I saw the cheese and the pine nuts, and I thought, wow, I don't care what I put it with, I'm going to do pesto, because I love pesto.
The idea of the tuna, and then sitting next to it, a hunk of mango, on another pile, some mushrooms. Flavour-wise, it didn't come together as a dish. Jan has got to prove that she actually does understand proper combinations of ingredients. This competition gets tougher and tougher. And tomorrow, for hour 3, it's professional kitchen time. They are not going to know what's hit them.
I'm really excited about going to this restaurant because I want to learn something. I'm quite looking forward to it.
I think the main thing there is just keeping calm and not getting frazzled.
I'll be fine, but that's my head. Never trust what your head says.
It's It's early morning and Joe, Jane and Jan arrive at Pearl, a restaurant in the heart of London which specialises in modern French food. They'll be working under executive head chef Jun Tanaka.
Now, nothing leaves the kitchen until I'm 100% happy. It's going to be extremely busy.
Jan will be making the perfectly balanced roast smoked salmon and crayfish with spring onion and watercress risotto.
Ooh.
Her first job is to take the shells off her crayfish.
Yeah, you have to be a little bit more gentle with it.
I'm very nervous about cooking for paying customers.
Presenter Jayne is responsible for the technically demanding roast duck breast and leg with beetroot tart.
You're going to have a lot of ducks on. You have to be organised inside the oven.
Okay.
So the first one goes in on the left-hand side, and then the last one goes in on the right.
It's going to get really confusing, isn't it?
TV gardener Joe will be making the pork starter, a warm salad of crisp pig's trotter with veal and a quail's egg.
And that is it. It's that simple.
Okay, can I take a photo of that?
Yeah, of course you can.
Well, that might help me. I think service is going to be seriously pressured. Don't stop breathing. Got to always breathe.
It's noon and the diners start arriving.
Okay, 2 covers, 1 vegetarian, 1 salmon.
Will Jan's first salmon dish pass the head chef's test?
Have you got that 1 salmon? Yep, the salmon's good. It's cooked nicely, and the presentation is actually very good.
Thank you. Can I have a job?
No, not quite. Okay, 3 covers. Joe, 2 pork.
1 minute.
With paying customers waiting, Joe has to get every element right.
Yeah, not on the rim. Not on the rim.
Chef.
Yeah. So next time with the sauce, not less sauce, a little bit closer.
A little bit closer in. It's pressured, but I'm coping.
Okay, 2 covers, 1 salmon, 1 duck.
The pressure's now on Jayne, and she has to hold her nerve. The duck breast for her dish needs to be perfectly cut off the bone.
When you carve it off, you've left most of it on the bone, okay? So just make sure that you feel the bone constantly.
Service is now in full swing, and Jayne is inundated with orders for duck.
Two duck, Jayne?
Yes, chef.
Yep. So altogether, you got 10 duck on order.
Things are really busy.
With ducks in the oven, ducks resting, and ducks waiting to be carved, getting the timing right is crucial.
Jayne, 2 duck?
2 more?
No, it's away. Away means they want it.
You're on top of it, then they showed something else. A bit confused.
Okay, Jayne, 30 seconds for the duck.
What's he talking about? Why is he saying 30 seconds? He means that one. Oh, you've got it. This is the well done one. That's done. What do I do with that now? Take it off the board? Yeah?
Jayne is struggling with keeping up with the orders. Just the pure quantity of duck that she has to cook, she's getting behind.
With Jayne still struggling, can Jan keep up with her orders?
Okay, Jan, you got 4 salmon in 2 minutes. Jan, you want to bring the salmon up? Okay, the small ones are slightly overcooked. These larger ones, they're perfect.
Thank you, chef.
On the other side of the kitchen, TV gardener Joe is thriving.
Serving chef 2 pork, table 26.
Yep, very nice.
Chef.
Yeah, brilliant.
You start doing it without thinking too much about it. You're in the zone.
Yeah, very nice. Consistently nice.
Thank you. Not one has come back from the chef, not one.
After 2 exhausting hours, service is finally over.
It was an incredibly busy lunch, and I was surprised at how well they cooked. On the whole, Jayne's cooking of duck was very good. But doing a service is about timing, being on top of it, and doing things quickly. And that's something that Jayne did struggle with.
What was that? It was like a tornado of cooking ducks.
Jayne was the most timid. When you cook, you have to cook with confidence. I think she was most intimidated about setting foot into a kitchen.
I cannot believe those 2 hours went so quickly.
I think Joe was the keenest out of the 3. He kept up very well and no one waited at all. He was impressive.
The hardest bit for me was getting those blooming pork crackling bits to sit on the top of the tiny little fried quail.
Now they're straight back to MasterChef HQ to show how their experience in the restaurant has improved their own cooking.
Yeah, I do want to go through. If I do, then I've got to step up a gear and just keep going.
I can't say anything more than that I'd really love to go through to the next round.
I think I would be disappointed if I went home today, because if you go through, the journey that you would go on would be so incredible.
You've now had your first taste of a professional kitchen, and hopefully you picked up a few tips. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 courses. 1 hour to cook them in, 1 quarterfinal, please. Let's cook.
Jan did well in the restaurant, but she still needs to show she can avoid disastrous combinations.
Jan, what are your 2 dishes for us?
Pork à la crème with plum fool.
Jan, how are you going to elevate these dishes from the ordinary to the extraordinary today?
Heaven alone knows, but the tastes are good, I think.
Those dishes are really safe. They're going to have to be seriously special. If she can make these wow, fantastic. If she doesn't, I think we're going to end up with a big flop. Ladies and gentlemen, you have had 15 minutes.
After impressing with her tuna yesterday, can Jayne cope with the pressure and deliver 2 great dishes today?
Jayne, what have you got to do to win this round?
I've just got to hold my nerve and cook well.
Tell us about your 2 complete dishes.
I'm making pan-seared scallops wrapped in pancetta, and I'm making ginger lime cheesecake.
OK, so these 2 dishes, what do they say about you as a cook, Jayne?
They say that I like to go outside my comfort zone, and I like to experiment with different flavours.
Love the idea of Jayne scallop bacon and celery. That is magnificent. But Jayne has given herself quite a lot to do. Is she going to be able to get those dishes up looking elegant with a short amount of time? You've had 25 minutes.
Joe is hoping to top a successful restaurant round with 2 flawless courses.
Tell us about the 2 dishes.
I'm doing crab and avocado salad with a bit of a Japanese twist. Then a duck with pomme dauphinoise and a port sauce.
You entered the world of the professional kitchen today, Joe.
Oh, yeah. God.
What do you reckon?
That was sort of breathtaking, really. And then the creativity behind it, I thought was just stunning. So I want to push my boundaries a little bit more.
If you push the boundaries, do you think that actually you could take the title of MasterChef?
I don't know. I'd like to get through to the next round.
Has he got the skill to really pull them off, John? If he gets that duck dish right, he is definitely a very, very good cook. You've only got 3 minutes left. You have just 60 seconds. That's it. Time's up.
Jan's combination of pork in a creamy mushroom sauce with carrots and a side of pasta, followed by a pudding of plum fool, be a success.
Creamy pork, nice mushrooms, and those carrots have got a decent crunch on them. But your pasta is definitely there for colour and for no other reason. Because it doesn't actually add anything to the dish at all. It's okay, but it's not filling me with joy.
Sorry.
The pork is soft, it's nicely cooked. But pasta should not be regarded as an accompaniment to a dish. It is the dish. From your pork to your fool, I think it's a really good-looking little dessert. Let's just hope it tastes as good as it looks. Lovely sort of sweet and sour flavour that comes with the plums and the pistachio nuts, and that little dollop of sourness that sits on top of it brings the whole thing alive. I think that's lovely.
Bless you, thank you.
Cold sort of numbs your palate and it heightens it for what's going to come next. You get a mouthful of flavour and it all just slips down. That is lovely.
Thank you. Gosh.
After struggling with her presentation yesterday, how will Jayne fare with rosemary scallops wrapped in pancetta on celeriac mash, followed by ginger lime cheesecake with a clementine and almond salad?
Your flavours are bang on. You have this wonderful, soft, beautifully cooked scallop, flavoured with the rosemary through the centre. I think it looks like nothing on earth, but I think it's really delicious. I think the earthiness of the celeriac does match the sweet freshness of that scallop. They are the right combinations. Let's move on to cheesecake. Those clementines are rich and sweet and juicy, and the almonds I really like. But your presentation again for me is a bit all over the place.
Okay.
That lime's really, really fresh. And then you get sticky cream, sweet cream, and ginger. That is wonderful. Oh, yeah, I just want to take my shirt off and dive in. That is absolutely yummy.
After overcooking his tuna yesterday, can Joe impress with a starter of crab and avocado salad with wasabi and chili, followed by duck breast with a port sauce and spinach, served with dauphinoise potatoes.
Your crab is still lovely and fresh, but it'll probably do with a little bit more lime and a little bit more chili in there, just to bring it up one more step.
Fair enough.
Wonderful combination. Avocado, soft, slippery, fresh crab coming in. But you don't get the heat of the wasabi till the very end. It could do with something sharp. Almost, my friend. Let's move on. From crab to duck and dauphinoise. The spinach is burnt. The duck is not cooked enough and is a bit rubbery and slippery. Your sauce is split. Your dauphinoise is okay. Your concept is good. I just want to see you get that cooking right. There's a little bit of garlic in your dauphinoise. There's the hint of the cheese. Fruity, tangy sauce trying to come through. Beautiful match for the duck. Ever so near, Joe. Ever so near. We're going to ask you to step outside, and when we've decided who's staying, we'll call you back in. Go on.
That was an hour.
That was not an hour. But it's that blasted stone.
Our three celebrities have worked really, really hard. We're seeing some really good skills. We're seeing some really good flavour. I am confident that Jayne is actually a very good cook. Beautiful plump scallops with the smoky bacon around the outside. Flavour-wise, there was bags of it.
When they say your food tastes nice, you do think, wow, that's good.
She also had great flavours with that cheesecake. I mean, I truly love that. But her dishes are really scruffy. I would like to see Jayne consider the presentation of her food in the same way that she considers the flavours. I want to shake Joe. Johnny is so close to being very, very good indeed. Sweet, lovely, slippery avocado, crunchy toast, peppery rocket, all those things together on one plate. Wow. But the duck was well undercooked. The sauce had split. The issue he has right now is the technical side of cookery.
I feel like I let myself down a little bit. I can walk into a garden and immediately see the problems with it. And they did exactly that with my food.
Jan's pork dish should have been bursting with flavour, and it wasn't. The pasta didn't look right on the dish. It made the dish look strange. The fool, however, big, deep flavours, refreshing and cool, which was good. Very good.
I was just overwhelmed at their kind words about my dessert.
What are we going to do now? Because I can't separate these three. I can obviously see faults, but I can see bags and bags of potential. I think the best deliverer of flavour here is Jayne. But it ends up on a plate in such a way that you look at it and think, do I really want to eat it? Joe definitely understands which combinations go together, but there is always a fault. For me, Jan's food, it's a little bit safe, and I wonder how much more she has to give as far as getting better in this competition. 3 cooks, 1 quarter-final place. Who's good enough? The person going through to the next round is Jayne.
I am a bit disappointed, but then I really felt my kind of cooking was too plain.
That duck was either going to make it or break it for me. It just didn't come together.
No, I can't believe it! I can't believe I did it. I'm completely elated. I didn't know it meant so much to me, and it does. And yeah, I'm really chuffed.
Jayne will join Rosie for the quarterfinals when they'll battle against 2 other celebrity cooks.